Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Stellaris and the Cyberarian Eradicators with the CCM. When last we left off, we had, of course, finished our big ol' fight over here with the remainder of the former Federation, and we thought about making plans to take down the Mechazura Foundation, or at the very least, I guess I should be saying their federation, which is getting quite large now. Yeah, these guys are starting to get quite a bit large. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 groups that we're going to have to go and start fighting with once we actually start this war. However, before that point, we've decided we're going to go and we're going to open up this L gate. And I can guarantee you it's not going to be an easy fight. It is not going to be an easy fight. But, though I say that, one thing I forgot about was Blur. I forgot to go and kill Blur. He had been completely off my radar. Once you guys are done killing him, head on back to the fleet.
Mixing it up with a hostile fleet.
Blur is, yes, not at all a real threat, honestly speaking. The end of Blur. Throughout its battle with our forces in the Hijmaz system, the subspace entity Blur increased the frequency at which it was emitting tachyon pulses. But the endless repeating message remained the same. Blur seeks, Blur finds. When the final killing blow was delivered, the entity detonated in a massive explosion that showered the system in dark matter. We shall collect what we can. Alright. Let us see here. Oh, AC kicked in. Alright, so, yes. This is what it does. This is very much what it does. When Blur dies, let me find you'll work. When Blur dies, he makes a bunch of dark matter deposits. And let me assure you, you want those deposits. Every bit of dark matter is necessary. Because when you finally do take down one of these Fallen Empires, they have Fallen Empire tech. What I mean is, see these numbers? These 3, 5s, whatever? Yeah, dark matter tech is, like, way above that. I think it's like technically 6th grade. Like, 5 grade is the maximum a normal Empire can get. Fallen Empire dark matter tech is 6th grade. So you want the dark matter. You're going to need dark matter when you finally do get that to upgrade your fleets, to, well, build everything that you need to build.
Build job complete.
So you will definitely be wanting to get as much dark matter as you can possibly get your grubby little hands on. End of story. And now I'm sure you're wondering,
we've constructed something.
Alan, what exactly are you doing? It seems like you're preparing for war. And Yeah, you're kind of right. I am, though not as easily as you might think. Almost all of the almost all of the things that could be behind the L gates, save for two. Like I think there's three in total. There's five in total possible options that it could be, and two of those are non-threatening to you. One of those is where there's, well, I'll explain it once we actually open this thing up. Ooh, and we're going to get a lot of dark matter. Yep. We are going to get a lot of dark matter thanks to our bust to our mining stations. And we're about to open it up in about 10 days' time. We'll close that. And link established. Success. Our technicians managed to abort the maintenance cycle, and the lockdown has been removed from the L gate in the black hole system. For the first time in eons, the L gate can now be accessed from our galaxy. As soon as the L gate is operational, we receive a transmission from the other side. Put the message on screen. This cannot be. The gates are active again. Is the age of isolation finally at an end? We are the Desu consonants, the architects of the ancient gateways, and the L gates that can be found scattered throughout the galaxy. It was our ambition to create a galaxy-wide network of gateways to facilitate the spread of galactic civilization and usher in an era of peace and interstellar commerce. Alas, a programming mistake disabled the L gates and stranded us in our home cluster. Since it was impossible to correct the error from our side, we have spent eons waiting for someone to fix it at the other end. Thanks to you, that day has arrived. What a programming mistake. Yes, quite embarrassing. Apparently, the L-Gate network entered a scheduled maintenance cycle that never ended. The technicians qualified to end the cycle were all on our side when it was accidentally triggered, and nothing could be done from here. Fortunately, our home cluster is sufficient, and our civilization has quietly endured up until now. We always knew that the day would come when we were reunited with the rest of the galaxy. What will you do now? We have grown quite accustomed to life in our star cluster, and we're in no hurry to leave it, but we are eager to learn about the rest of the galaxy. From the looks of things, it's a pretty busy place. Our cluster will be opened up for travel by anyone. We ask only that you refrain from landing on our inhabited planets and that you stay out of the overage system, located deeper within the cluster. It is for Dusu only. The L-Gate was built by nanites, were they not? Nanites? This is not a technology we are familiar with. Self-replicating microscopic machines, you say? Frankly, it sounds preposterous. The gateways and the L-Gates, indeed our entire civilization, were realized through Damatsu toil and ingenuity, nothing else. Please let us not discuss this topic further. Goodbye. And, of course, they'll give us a gift for pretty much the entire time that they exist, which is monthly living metal, monthly crystals, monthly gases, monthly volatile watts. I mean, honestly, they are great. Those are great benefits if you're not us. Not so fast. Through your actions, you have finally given us the freedom that generations of Dominions have dreamed of. We are in your debt. It is partly offering compared to your gift, but we would like to give you a permanent access to several strategic... Yeah, basically they're giving us those resources. Now, I've got bad news. I'm not the type of guy to yeah, I'm not that type of guy. Sorry to have to tell you this, but sorry, but no. That's not happening. Go over here. Actually, no. We will go over here. And we'll go over here. No. Go over here. Go over here. Then go over here. Then go over here. Then go over here. and then finally go over here. Now, I am pointing out these fleets. This is not the only fleet they have. This is just the start. This is just the entrance fleet they have. They have a fleet similar to this size in each and every one of their systems. You heard me right. In each and every one of their systems, there is a fleet that is this size. Now, you're seeing how big my fleets are. Needless to say, they are not to be easily messed with. I am going to mess with them. I am taking this system because I want it. Alrighty, and jeez. Okay, I have enough to create a whole nother fleet, and of course, we're just gonna do it like so. There.
Build job complete.
Now, when we do actually start this war, so spoiler alert, we're starting war, but when we start this war, it is not going to be a easy fight. I mean, I'll just really quickly, our maximum potential is almost 1 million. That is our maximum potential. They are 500,000, a little bit over, a little bit over 250,000, sorry. Each of their fleets are a little over 250,000. Now, I will admit, their other places are not going to send everyone. But there will be, yes, like that, patrol fleets. And that's going to be a slight problem. Death on Turf Prime. We have finished clearing out the nerve gas and the dead alien bodies from the tunnel networks. It should be safe for a colonist to move in. The primitive cities, why are we calling it defeat? Huh. Yeah, basically it's just telling us, yeah, the subterranean aliens, they're all dead, you got their cities, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Let's go with you to lead this new one. Okay, so they won't be that incredibly powerful, but they'll still be pretty scary. Nodal conscious discovered. What? Oh, shit. Okay, that, yeah, that's not a good one. Well, that's not a good one, but there's not much we can do about it. Till we build that gateway, there's not much we could do. Can't even send a fleet to go and try to take the system. Okay, so I was kind of lying. There's a couple of fleets that are patrolling around, yeah, sure, but most of them are only going to be a 1/8 of a million. So, okay. 1/8 of a million? Whatever.
New augments research. Strap in.
Less than a 1/4. Way less than a 1/4. So, they're not going to be that super terribly terrible, but then again, it's not going to be fun. And the reason why I'm going to each and every system is to ensure that we can actually go there. Because unfortunately, these are going to be... Oh, shoot. Yeah, thank God I remembered that. Yeah, we are going to need you. Perfect. We're gonna need you to go there. Wait. Oh, hey. Huh. Well, ain't that neat. I'm kind of kicking the head. Okay. Gonna have to fix that. Oh, I will be. Alrighty, neato. Do we have automatic? You're doing that. Okay, we have a whole crud ton of automatics. We don't really technically need you to be doing that whole automatic nonsense, so let's just have you be building that hyper relay network I've been wanting to make down here. That will allow us to basically go quickly down here if we need to. And there are several end crises that it might become necessary because they come from, well, outside the galaxy and then pop in along the rim of the galaxy. So, that'll do for now. Yeah, you're gonna jump down there, go on over. Okay, nanite worlds. We have not found any of the desolate wastelands that the gate builders, on whom we lack sufficient data, have been rumored to leave behind. If we were to find any planets covered in the ancient nanites, Growth Node has positioned that they can be directly assembled, used to directly assemble world machines at staggering rates. There is a special decision for any L-Gate nanite world to make them a world machine candidate. Now, world machines are special worlds that only machine empires, machine species, can actually live on.
Augmented.
And what might be a nanite world? Well, that would be... Where the heck are you guys? Oh, wait. What am I doing? Yeah, I know exactly where the nanite worlds are. Nanite worlds are these ones. Now, don't get me wrong. We will be seeing what I mean by that way later. Yeah, these guys are not going to be able to defend against us very easily once we actually start attacking them. However, we are not going to do that until they are...
Build job complete.
Until we are strong enough to be able to handle that. I mean, no, not strong. We'll do that once we have finished building our fleets up. There we go. Because we are going to need that. Because once we get here, we won't be able to take the systems. So we'll have to make our own systems. With a construction ship and everything. That's why I went and grabbed a construction ship. Because we're going to need it. It's also why I'm also going to bring the Scholar over here. Because we are also going to need a... We're also going to need a science ship. In fact, realistically speaking, having two science ships would probably... Having more than one science ship would probably be a benefit. And you just are not very fast with the gates, are you? Eesh. Okay, that's fine. We've got plenty of time.
Build job complete.
Biological calculators. Ah, yeah. The... Yes, the primitives are allowing a organic singularity to basically exist. And We're just watching and learning, hoping that they're not stupid enough to actually let that happen. I know. Quite the bit of hope that an organic would actually learn. I know. Kind of foolish of me. Eesh. I'm sure you're wondering though, Alan, why is it that these ships are so much worse than these guys? Why is this salvage fleet way worse than these guys? I mean, it's basically half their fleet power, even though they're close to being the same size. Well, it's because of all these other ships. All the other ships that I got here, most of them are rocking just pure corvettes, meaning their fleet power is insane for what they have. I've read somewhere or listened to somebody say that the only ships really worth being made are cruisers and... Or is it cruisers? No, it's I think it's battleships and corvettes. Those are the only two actually worth being made. And I kinda gotta agree with that to some degree. I don't completely agree with it, but that's only because we're playing with this mod. And yeah, sorry to have to tell you this, but attack moons are very, very much necessary and well worth the price tag.
Build job complete.
And it looks like they're starting to do their psionic stuff.
We've constructed something
and
game changer.
They've managed to just finish looking at that place, so now they're going to move on to the one place they didn't want anybody to see. In here. This system. Drone rampage, yeah. Oh, that does bring up an interesting point that I should probably do real quick. And, oh, I already did it. Okay, never mind. Are you close to... No, you're not even close. Okay, back into here to see... Once it pops in here... Come on, we're waiting. Okay, cyberware. Your ships have entered Orbia, a star system in the L-Gate cluster that is off limits to all non-Desu. We must insist that you withdraw from this system immediately. Failure to do so in a timely manner would seriously compromise our relationships. We go where we please. Insolence, monoform. If you cannot heed this simple request, your right to traverse the L cluster is rendered null and void. Your presence will no longer be tolerated. And they turn hostile. And this is the L-Gate cluster here. And this is a nanite factory. As you can probably guess, the Desus, or whatever the hell they're calling themselves, yeah, they're not actually the species. The species did exist.
Mixing it up with a hostile fleet.
However, they created the nanites to, of course, build the gateway network, but the nanites went fucking apeshit. Oop. Desu trade ends. As they now fire at our ships on site, the Desu consortium is unlikely to continue sending us resources. We should expect no more shipments from them. So be it. Exponential growth. Progress on the organic singularity continues apace. The nodal conscious has reorganized much of the planet's agricultural production, increasing crop yields and raising standards of living. Already the people are relinquishing their decision-making to the biological machine. Well, that's good for them, but it's probably not gonna end well. Just ask these guys' former masters. What happens when you let a machine? Well, honestly, just ask us, because well, asteroid artillery is all being fixed up. Okay, yeah, and this is going to be the problem here. We have a shit ton of power, sure, definitely, a whole crap ton. But the problem is, that they are kind of spread out. The only good news is that okay, you. Oh, you got the hyper relay, sweet. All right, anyways, gotta send you in here, and I'll have you be passive because there's no reason not to. And you will come over here and land your armies. Land your armies here. And you'll see what I mean by calling these nanite worlds. It says that it's Gaia world, but as soon as we land on it,
on-site invasion initiative.
Dur and Tur turns to dust. When our invading ground forces defeated the last of the Desiu defenders on the planet, everything on the moon's surface crumbled into dust. On closer inspection, the gray dust consists of billions upon billions of inert nanites. The cities, lush forests, the oceans, and the Desiu themselves, everything on the moon, aside from our own forces, have been wrought out of these machines. Now that they have been rendered inert, the planet no longer supports life. Our ground forces are withdrawing back to orbit. And it is called a nanite world. Yes, each and every one of these planets is a nanite world. The nanites went frickin' absolute batshit and killed their creators.
More space for a mega block is available.
And so they now basically, well, continue. Yep, turns to dust as well. It's going to continue doing that. And you're going to want to take over these planets to get them out of the way, because you can't actually survey the system and get it to where you can actually build your station without it.
Hostiles engaged.
And here comes their fleets. Their fleet's actually pretty damn strong. However, it's not nearly strong enough to actually be a threat to me. And done. Okay, land armies. Come on, stop messing around. The sooner you get that place freaking finished off, the better. Come on, land already.
On-site invasion initiated.
Yep, turns to dust, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Okay, that's all we need you for. Enter that L gate. Go to fleet management. Rebuild everything we need to build. Alright, now we need to go and separate these guys into groupings. Nuki, go over there. You two with Shard can defend over there. Apex with you two can go over there. And honestly speaking, DirectX, you can go over there at Limiter. you can go chill out with the shark. There. Yep. Good thing I started spreading them out. Okay. Yeah, and you see right here, this is the reason why you want to rush into here as soon as possible. Because as soon, and I do mean as soon, as the place is open for them, they will immediately rush in and try to take the system. And you do not want to be trying to actually force the dang AIs to actually do. You don't want to be trying to take it from the AI later on. You might as well just go work your butt off and just try to do your best to try to keep it immediately. There. Okay. Alrighty, and now we just wait.
Could be a sweet data package here.
Now we wait. Oh, hey, Suck is operational. I didn't even know that we had one being built. Must have took it from one of the AIs. Our Suck, located in a system, is now operational. Its tractor beams have been activated, and the gas giant's atmosphere is being steadily harvested. Let us go see what it does. What it does, it adds exotic gas production and engineering to it. That's what it does. It's fairly decent if you need some exotic gases to do that. As for everything else, there's arc furnaces and Dyson spheres. Yeah, there's a lot going on over there. Are you about done with that gateway? Like, holy crap, we really want to take that planet before the hive mind does. Alright. So we got about six more planetoids to take over. Alright. And we are going to begin moving out.
Build job complete. Attempting brute force entry on an enemy station.
We'll take that. That'll be a little bit scary, and that'll be an easy thing to take out.
We're under attack.
Okay.
Time to dance.
So.
New augments research. Strap in.
There we go. Yeah. Let's go with this so we can actually start upping the rest of our build speeds.
Attempting brute force entry on an enemy station.
Okay. Perfect.
We got a fix on a point of interest.
And we got yet another one. Cool. And now we just wait. Because that's pretty much all we can do right at this moment. All we can do is just wait. Oh. Looks like somebody lost a special thing. Yes, you. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. I was waiting for that thing to disappear. Okay. Whew. Uneasy synergy. The first stirrings of an advanced level consciousness has appeared on Belgium 1. However, it has become obvious that the nodal consciousness may have its own designs. In an effort to streamline the process, certain basic amenities have been curtailed. Jobs that were once done by hand are increasingly automated, and local governments found itself unable or unwilling to stem the tide of change. Many of the inhabitants are increasingly uneasy about what is taking place on their world, as they realistically should be. They realistically should probably do something about that, but oh well, we'll see. They probably won't, unfortunately. And what's best is we deal with this.
Junk decoded. One Empire's trash is our payload.
Alrighty. Are you? Yes. Go and research that one right after you're done. Research. 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 And we got it fully done. Cool.
We've constructed something.
Now I can build the starbase. And now kick out all these annoying buggers who are trying to, well, do exactly what I'm doing. But I should. Survey. Survey. You. Come over here, land on there. And we will just continue get you guys on.
Mixing it up with a hostile fleet.
Okay, so not nearly as dangerous as I thought it was going to be, but still more dangerous than what I was hoping.
Debris decrypted. Payday.
There is one more thing I want to mess about with before we continue, and that's over here. Okay, just double checking, make sure that all that's getting taken care of. Build a few of each of these, and yeah, there's most likely going to be one more attack on that planet, so
on-site invasion.
Till the code is actually gone, better be on the safe side. Go and land the armies there. Honestly, realistically speaking, I could probably split this. I should probably split it, actually. They don't really have any defenders, so there's no reason for me to be even doing anything special. Thriving Union. The growth of the nodal consciousness on Belgium 1 has stabilized, and the advances in technology and social life have slowed from their former breakneck pace. It is clear now that the singularity will not be achieved on this world. Instead, a fully interconnected society has developed, one that enjoys widespread health and other material benefits. Fascinating. So Hive Mind didn't... yes. So Hive Mind didn't come into being, but they did advance from the civilization they were previously. Neato. Okay, so I don't actually need to do that.
On-site.
Yeah, I don't need to do that. How peculiar. Yep. Alright, cool. You come over here and just start landing on these planets. once you're done surveying that, survey that system. And those guys are paying dividends. Ah, yes. Well, let us... Yeah, we're gonna build a gateway right there, and a hyper relay right there. Hey, come on. Hyper relay right there. An asteroid site and asteroid site. And we'll be able to make another one right over there. But for right now, that'll do for now. That'll do for now. Okay. You have quite a lot of stuff you're doing. You guys are doing that. Well, let us just grab... Yeah... I could just make another one, but nah, I don't need to. I've literally got, like, dozens of these things running around, so... Let's just move you on over. We got that all done. And... we could do that. But I'm willing to bet that we're probably going to unlock that with this debris, right? Yes. Yes, we are. I don't need to do any of that nonsense. My ships here will scan the debris and get it for me automatically. So there's no need for me to do that. Cool.
On site.
Perfect even. Turns to dust. Yes, yes, yes. We've been through this a time or two already, dude. No need to tell us already what's pretty much obvious.
On site.
And turns to dust, yes. Land your armies.
Could be a sweet data package here.
Finding more anomalies. We're doing alright.
On site.
I must say, I am actually rather shocked. I thought they were going to put up more of a fight than they are. Huh? Excellent. Perfect. Perfect timing, actually. Very perfect timing. We'll take over that pre-FDL planet. And it looks like we might have gotten rid of all of the roamers.
We've data mined this system.
Troll fleets. I think we managed to get rid of them.
Build job
Good.
complete. On-site invasion initiated. Let's get it.
You are one, we are one, you are many.
We boosted
Yep.
an enemy planet.
Perfect. Now, I will say this. The reason why I'm so insistent on taking this isn't just because, you know, extra space and all that yada 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 blah blah blah, but
Our payload.
these L gates, they don't work like normal gateways.
We've got alien roamers on the grid.
These L gates, I don't know if I told you this or not, but they do not work like ordinary gateways. Ordinary gateways, you can only use them if whoever whoever space they are within is letting you go through their system. That does not mean if you're at war with them, you could jump through an enemy's gateways and mess with them. Obviously not, because if that was the case, well, you would have seen me freaking the heck out a few times. Of course, it also kind of helps that that doesn't work because, well, that would be an extremely annoying, and they'd basically just become liabilities. They'd become nothing more than liabilities. But since that's not how they work, what happens with them is they suddenly...
Build job complete.
Yeah, whatever. I'm getting off topic. Anyways, they don't work like that. The L-gates, though, they do work. So long as you have access to the other person's systems, like your fleets can go through there, war or not, you can use it to go to any other L-gate, irregardless of whose territory it is. So long as you physically have this little blue line going into their systems, you can use the L-gate, any L-gates, anywhere. And what's more is, they don't act like a hyperlane jump. Like, when we put our station down here,
something game-changing.
right there, that thing, you'll see that it has a FTL inhibitor. Yeah, that's the biggest lie that thing's going to tell you. This will not inhibit anything from going anywhere except for through the L-gate, its L-gate cluster itself. That's the only thing it's stopping anybody from going to. As for the other L-gates, you can drop back to whichever L-gate you want. It doesn't need to be the one you came from. Which is why you saw me queuing up that asteroid. That asteroid one right there. Because that's basically going to pull any hostile fleets over towards it. And I usually have a fleet or two chilling out right on top of it.
Game-changing upgrades incoming.
So, that's how that's going to go. Okay, cool. But I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I am absolutely shocked that we have not had much of a fleet presence. Much of a actual fight.
We're under attack. Time to dance.
Like, I'm serious. I'm actually a little bit shocked that there's not that much of a... There we go. Knew it was gonna happen. Rogue AI attacks. Alarming news. Rogue AI has yet again made some more killbots try to kill us. And their power ain't nothing. I thought that it was gonna be scarier, so I probably didn't need that big of an army, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Time for some new chrome.
Alright, let's send you to go and land here. Let's send you guys to go and actually get healed up.
The system has been cased.
Oh. Too focused on watching the healing bar tick up. There we go. Alright.
Build job complete. We
And
boosted
turns
an
to
enemy
dust.
planet.
Yeah. We've been through that already. Alright, land yourself there.
On-site.
Turns into dust. Yeah. We've, once again, been there, done that. And, of course, we have fended off the killbots on the planet. Yet again. And, honestly speaking, I'm probably going to go and... yeah. I'm going to split you in two. Send you guys up to go and continue chilling out there. Because I somehow doubt that the computer is going to send anything different the next time either. So we can probably afford to get away with a little bit less defenses. Done with that. Build that outpost too.
Game-changing upgrades in
Management. Takes up. Yep. And I'm not going to bother going and seeing if that was actual research because it most likely wasn't. Yeah.
We found some solid tech in these scraps.
We got more debris taken care of.
We've constructed something game-changing.
Research those projects.
Job complete.
Okay, so we are slowly but surely taking this place over. That's done. Limit. You go get yourself fixed up. Everybody except Tanuki's gonna need to go and get patched up once the rest of the crew gets over here. Enter orbit.
We found some solid tech in these scraps.
Yep. And we've got that guy surveying that plant, that system.
Something's out there off-grid.
And now we can basically take our time a little bit and take over this L-gate cluster with very mild pacing. And we got nanites coming in. Those will be a very useful... well, I guess I shouldn't say very useful. It'll be useful.
We found some solid tech in these scraps. Game-changing upgrades incoming.
Alrighty. And we can get the Titans. You know what? We are going to go and get the Titans because the sooner we can take over the sooner we have a good chance at getting the big guns, i.e. attack moons, the better. And obviously the big guns are going to need the Titans and all the other ships as a prerequisite. Obviously. Hi. We've got a new... we've got a new fleet commander. Neato. Alright, once you finish... okay, you just finished. Sweet. Research those and survey the system. Okay, you build that starbase and then move down there.
Debris decrypted. Payday.
Neat. Oh, almost forgot. I'm gonna need more ships. Whoops.
We've data mined this system dry.
Alrighty. Not bad. Not bad at all. Obviously, where the factory is, it's going to be an extremely big fight. So, we're going to want to be as
On-site in
absolutely safe as possible.
On-site in
The only good news is that they're not going to
These
come out
aren't your
immediately.
standard users.
So, very, very good thing for us. Alright. Now then, let us see. Terminus exterminating. You guys go get healed up. The rest of these guys will chill out here on defense, just in case either of these still have a patrol fleet that they haven't yet kicked out towards us yet. Alright. That'll be that. You are still building
We've
the gateway.
constructed something game-changing.
Speaking of building gateways, yes, you are not doing jack diddly. So, congratulations, you're now moving over here. Oop, shoot, did not mean to do that. I was trying to click on you. Full repaired, yeah.
Scraps.
Alrighty. You missed a spot.
We found some solid tech in these scraps.
You go and survey that system along with him, I guess. At the very least, be there. Alrighty. So you guys are all done, which means I'm going to send you guys to take over their quote-unquote capital system. Possibly at one time it was the planetary capital system of the 4 species that they had subsumed, but no longer.
Planetary features augmented.
Alright. This fight, though, is definitely going to be a scary one.
The system has been cased.
Looking at the numbers, yeah. They've got basically similar-ish to us. Not nearly close enough to actually make it too super scary, but scary enough to where I'm going to want my fleets at the top of their game.
Our payload.
And you can just do automatic construct. Actually, you know what? No. Let's have you build the hyper relays. Realistically speaking, not going to need hyper relays here. realistically speaking, not gonna need hyper relays here at all, but it'll give them something to do. Keep them preoccupied and all that jazz.
Build job complete.
Alrighty. Grab all of you guys. Send you over there. You guys all completely done? Okay, now you are. Alright, send you over there.
New augments research. Strap in.
Let's go with lowering the pop housing usage. And crud. Okay, land the armies there. That was my bad. That was my bad.
We found some solid
I thought we were
technical
fine.
scraps.
I thought we were. Should have known better.
On site.
Turns to dust. Okay, now we're all good again. Okay.
Build
Now
job
wait.
complete.
Cool. You're building a hyper relays, right? You can build another one right over there once you're done with all the others. You're still surveying. Well, technically, you're doing debris first.
Debris decrypted. Payday.
Okay. And that's all well and fine. Okay, send them on in.
Attempting brute force entry on an enemy station.
Oh, not nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be closer to 1 million. But no, we're fine. Though this is gonna make my computer chug a little bit. That being said, yeah, we're just crushing them. Factory, and there we go. The end of the Demisu. After our forces destroyed the space factory in the Ovier system, what remained of the entire Desumine civilization crumbled into dust. It seems clear now that the Desumine were some kind of advanced nanite life form. Archival computer logs recovered from the wreckage of the factory shed some light on this mystery. The L cluster was inhabited by a civilization that called itself the Desumine, whatever, at some point. They created a new strain of nanomachines that helped them in construction of their galactic gateway network. For unknown reasons, the Desumine recalled these nanites to the L cluster and attempted to deactivate them. When this failed, they sealed themselves in with the nanites by disabling the L gates. The logs end here. There is evidence that some kind of titanic struggle raged in the cluster afterwards. Presumably, the nanites won and then eventually chose to mimic the Desumine for some reason. They rebuilt the Desumine civilization as it appeared at the time of its destruction, and were apparently content to continue this charade even after the L gates were reopened. Interesting. And with that, war is won. You guys come in here, research all that, and then survey. You Oh, never mind. Never mind. Oh, and you can just merge yourselves together, because technically speaking, I won't need you anymore. I won't need the transport fleets anymore.
New augments research. Strap in.
Alright, so we have cool, awesome, amazing, fun. Anyways, we have managed to do exactly what I was looking for. We've taken down the We've taken down the Desu. Still doing the gateway. Do need to rebuild ourselves, but we should be fine. Now the L gate cluster is now completely mine. Now, for these nanite worlds. Wrong one. Nanite worlds. We can basically, well, they supposedly can be turned into, yes, we don't have them yet. But that is odd. Oh yes, never mind. Duh. Yeah, there are 5 fallen empires and then us. I was trying to figure out why the heck are we 6th? I know there's 5 fallen empires, but what's the 6th empire? The 6th empire is ours, Alan. You had a brain fart there. You forgot that, you know, if you're in 5th place, it would be called 5th, and if you're in 6th place, you'd be called 6th. Yeah, I had a bit of a brain fart moment there for a second. Not very good. But it'll be fine.
We've data mined this system dry. Junk decoded. One empire's trash is our payload.
Okay. Build starbase. Then move over there. And we need terraforming tech. Oh well. So we are going to have you guys go upgrade the fleet over there. Why not? There's no reason not to. Kinda would be nice if the thing would be a bit quicker on the whole.
We've constructed something game-changing.
On the whole, you know. Building the gateway thing, but oh well, it is what it is. And I have not finished you off, so we of course finished that off. And yeah, we'll come down here and we'll continue right through here. Add that starbase. Add that. And there. That should not really complete it, but should allow us just to go and make it a little bit better. And we will, of course, continue the chain, because we can. We'll go this route. Dang it, ran out of influence. Oh well. Alright. There is one thing once these... Well, I guess I can do it right now, honestly. Move you over there.
We got a fix on a point of interest.
Once you guys are done, I'm going to want you guys to rush on down here as well. So, get to that. Gotcha. Okay. So we're just about done here.
We've data mined this system dry.
Perfect. Oh. Duh. You were just talking about how you were out of influence, Alan. My bad.
We've constructed something game-changing.
Oh well. We'll be fine. Done, 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 and done. Alrighty, well, I think this is a good point to let the episode end. Kind of a short video, I'm sure. Didn't really do much except for very quickly take down the L-gate cluster. But I will say that we are going to do something a little bit crazy. We are going to open up the hyperlanes. In fact, I might just do that before we end the episode here. Might just let it run a little bit, and I'm going to show you what is in the middle. For those of you who, of course, watched the episode where I showed you the alternate reality, the one that I continue to mess about with, because I was having a bit of fun. Still having a bit of fun, actually.
Another firewall cracked.
Okay, that was a very quick opening of the hyperlanes. Say hello to the custodians, the only ones that don't have a opposite. They're the Gestalt consciousness. Basically, they take in organic creatures and protect them from, well, some threat that they've long since forgotten about. So we, of course, can do whatever the hell we want. It really doesn't matter. What we do care about is galactic core hyperlanes located. Fantastic news. After much intense research and mapping, our scientists have announced that the hyperspace breach points leading to the center cluster have been discovered. Our research teams used a long-range tachyon beam to remotely open these breach points, thus creating new hyperlanes. This means that the core is now accessible to us and everyone else as well, and our researchers are highly advising to send a vessel to explore it. And we shall. Oh! Aww! Well, that sucks. I thought that was predetermined before you even... Aww. Oh, that really does suck. Man. I was kind of looking to have fun with that. Man. Okay. Well, shit. I was actually looking to have fun. Well, since I no longer have to go and keep holding out, in my other playthrough, basically, we opened up the L-gate cluster, and we opened up the hyperlanes, and the Aether were there. If you don't know who they are basically the big bad. They are basically a huge civilization that lives in the center of the galaxy on a massive birch world. And they are no joke at all. They are... Oh, hey, yeah. By the way, you could be the worst determined exterminator ever, and these guys will still let you through so long as you're not a complete a-hole. And they are up here. These guys, right here. These guys. Yeah, they're right here. So yeah, that's one of the only few fallen empires I actually like, and I try my best not to actually kill them. Unless I absolutely have to, I tend to try not to kill them. But obviously, yeah, sometimes it happens. Sometimes they are the weakest link and they have to be told goodbye. Sucks, but it is what it is. Also, what sucks is you might have noticed that I was building hyperlanes to here, hyper relays to here, because in the other one, this is where the hyper frickin' relay ran off to, down here and over to here. I mean,
complete.
Still did over here, but I was banking on this one because this one had a gateway. I don't know if I built that or not, but
that upgrade was well worth the alloys.
Yeah, I was banking on that one. Unfortunate. But it is what it is. Once you're done being fixed up, you can go ahead and oops. Shoot, no. Once you guys are done getting upgraded, head on over there. Oh, and oh hey. Oh hey. Shit. Well, hey. Never mind. You. Congratulations, you got a new one. Neat. I've got 2 lanes to get into the hyper. 2 lanes are getting into there. Okay. We'll be fine. Finally have the gateway constructed. Took it long enough. Okay, and once you are done with that, I better save my influence. I'm going to need to be making some serious stations. And we're going to want to hurry up because the consciousness over here probably going to be doing the exact same thing as us. Actually, it's going to be a very good idea for me just to beeline it over to them.
Fleet augmented. That upgrade was well worth the alloys.
Okay, well, I think we're going to call it for an episode right here. I almost got stuck in doing a whole bunch of other stuff again. But we will call it here. Thank you all for watching. Sorry if this was a bit of a short episode, and sorry I couldn't get to you guys even more awesome content. If you guys are actually interested in my other playthrough, my actual casual, just me playing playthrough, if you guys are interested in seeing what a fight against the Aether actually would look like, let me know. I'm obviously still playing that game, but late game, it gets kind of slow as you're just building up. So that's something that's obviously going to get a bit unfortunate. Because, like I said, I basically took over the entire galaxy in that casual playthrough, save for the Fallen Empires and the Aether. I mean, I even took out the Elgate cluster over here, these guys. So, thank you guys for watching, hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you guys later. Sayonara!